It's first pitch. It's Wednesday. I'm the Prez, Dave Cokin with us. No Dwayne Bryant today. He didn't make it. We had to boot him. He was having technical issues and couldn't hear a word. Dave, before we get into the show today, I want to make a quick announcement, then we'll talk about your bet last night.
Okay.
We have thousands of people watching and listening to our show throughout all our distribution channels, all our podcasts, and YouTube. And a couple of people every now and again comment about how the Prez takes too long to talk baseball and who wants to listen to his small talk, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do today for those special listeners, because they are incapable of hitting a fast forward button, is I'm going to tell them exactly when we're going to start talking baseball. Right now, we are at the 1 minute mark. If you do not want to hear any small talk in which I will talk about my trip to Memphis and Nashville, Dave will tell us about his bet tonight. We'll also discuss a few things on what's going on at WagerTalk. Why don't you click through to the the 5 minute and 45 second mark. We will discuss baseball at the 5 minute and 45 second mark. There you go, people. Now on to our small talk. Dave, you had a winner last night. Congratulations.
Well, this actually is baseball related.
Yeah, but it's small talk.
Well, I don't think it's small talk. Because all year long, one of the things I've said, and this goes back months now, is if you're going to play first five, if you're going to play unders, you should limit them to first fives, and don't play. And if you're looking to play overs, make sure and play the full game, because these bullpens are just so volatile this year. And a really good example was last night. Game I gave out was the Braves and Twins first five under. You liked the over full game. They both won. Fulton average was very good for the Braves in the first 5 innings. Berrios wasn't, but it was 5-0. After 5, total was 6. That's a winner. And then the bullpens got involved. And I mean, they started scoring. They ended up with 18 runs or 19 runs, whatever it was in the game. So that strategy, and it's not going to work every time, but that strategy has been a winner throughout the season.
Yeah.
First fives look under, full games look over.
Yeah, so all you people who fast forwarded to the 5 minute and 45 second mark, but they don't know that because we're not there. So I will remember to do that again later. Dave Cokin, have you been to Nashville and Memphis?
Yes. I will tell you a funny Nashville story. Now, this is years and years ago when I was doing...
1918.
Well, I was doing the international feeds for Top Rank Boxing. And so we had a card in Nashville. Kelly Pavlik, who went on to become a world champion, was a young fighter. He was not even the headliner on that card. So the fight was taking place at some country bar. It was a country and western bar. And fight card gets going, and the ring girl is not your typical ring girl. She was a little bit larger than the usual ring girl you'll see, and she had a big space between her teeth. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, how in the world? I mean, I've seen a lot of good-looking girls here. How did they choose her as the ring girl? And the person in charge of making the selection as to who the ring girl would be apparently received a favor from said girl in return for her being the ring card girl. So a remembrance of Nashville. I love Nashville. It's actually a beautiful, really beautiful city. Especially when you get out of the city, green, rolling hills. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And Memphis is a lot of fun. Great entertainment town. They're both terrific cities.
Yeah, so I'm not going to comment on the ring girl story, but I will say that I would have been said guy in that story. Anyway, so here's my take at 100 miles an hour. Nashville was really, really great. It was it felt like a clean city in the sense that it is a more modern city. It was dirty. It did smell of piss a ton in the downtown core, which drove me nuts. One of the famous areas is called Printer's Alley. It's got that B.B. King blues bar in it, which was spectacular. I saw a gentleman named Stacy Mitchhart there, one of the best guitar players I've ever seen in my life. That was really, really great. There was an amazing hot dog I had there from some hot dog place I can't remember the name of. But I don't understand why they couldn't pave Printer's Alley, why it had to be the gross piss-smelling road that you see everywhere else. I had fun in Nashville. I went to some museums. I had some barbecues. I went to the Grand Ole Opry, and I had to put up with some, oh my God, we're at the 5:45 mark. People who fast-forwarded to the 5:45 mark, jump ahead 2 more minutes, please, because we're going to continue with the small talk. Too bad for you. We went to the Grand Ole Opry. I had to put up with some seriously bad country music. With that said, most country music is seriously bad. I am an old school fan. I like Johnny Cash. I like Charlie Daniels, that kind of stuff. But I mean, there were these 3 guys that were like 90 singing Rawhide. I mean, come on, man. I had to pay for that. But it was a good experience nevertheless. Really liked Nashville. Went to Memphis, went to the Graceland Museum. That was amazing. You really cannot realize the enormity of Elvis without actually living through that time period or going to Graceland. Memphis needs a cleanup, man. That city is old. I cannot believe how many homeless people live in Memphis. They must have a special tax relief program for the homeless, not that they pay taxes. The highlight of my trip, without question, was Gus's world-famous fried chicken. I went there on Sunday night for dinner and liked it so much I went back on Monday for lunch. And I think the greatest thing I saw, period, on my trip was the Civil Rights Museum. The Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, right where Martin Luther King got shot, is mandatory. I mean, I feel like there should be school trips from all over the world to that museum. It is spectacularly done. And the story of slavery all the way to today is unbelievable. Anyway, I have other stories, but that's my trip. Any questions? No. Let's get to it. 5 games today, I think, because we only do the night games. Milwaukee against Pittsburgh. Pomeranz versus Williams. Milwaukee is minus 124. Line hasn't moved at all. The over and under in this game is 9. Yesterday I said take the over in the game. I was wrong. It went under. Milwaukee did win the game. Pittsburgh just continues to lose almost every game they're playing in. 64% of the tickets are written on Milwaukee so far. Dave, what do we do in this one?
I don't think the Pirates can be played at this point. I mean, they're now 17 games under 500. They have completely unraveled. And Clint Hurdle, he's just terrible. I mean, 9th inning, and I had no interest in the game, so this isn't sour grapes or something like that. 4-3 game. You have the tying run at second with no outs, and he bunts. I mean, it's just such bad baseball.
Well, it's 30-year ago baseball.
That's not an opinion, okay? That is factual data. He improved his chances of tying the game, but only tying the game. He actually decreased his chances of winning the game. For a manager in 2019 to not be able to utilize simple analytics, he needs to be gone now. He is the biggest problem the Pirates have. He's a nice old guy, can tell some great stories. He sucks as a manager. As for tonight, Drew Pomeranz will make a start. I really don't know how long he'll go. I would say, I don't think he's an opener. But
No.
Probably four or 5 innings tops. Should be noted, he's actually, I mean, it's a small sample, but he's gotten hot. His last 12 and a third innings, six hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 17 strikeouts. So he's in pretty good form. Trevor Williams has kind of come around a little bit, starting to approach some of last year's form, but it's just such a bad baseball team right now. I could only consider the Brewers.
Yeah, I got a big outright pass on this game for me. So yeah, Dave Cokin likes the Brewers, and it's a short number for a team that's much better, and also for any team playing against Pittsburgh right now. Dave, before we get into the next game,
it's not a play. In fact, none of the games we're talking about will be plays. I do have one play up today. It's on a day game, and it's available right now at WagerTalk. So grab that sometime in the next couple hours if you can, and we'll see if we can bring home another winner.
Dave, tomorrow I'm going to give out a huge promo for your college football, and I mean a big one. Like, we're going to discount the shit out of it. Now, I know you're thinking, wait, this is how I feed myself. We're only going to give it to 3 people. So tune in tomorrow. We're going to do a big discount for Dave's college football, and it'll only go to the first 3 people who purchase it. Dave is as good as it gets in college football, and don't forget, we have a college football show coming up this year. Every single Tuesday, it'll be Dave, myself, and Dave. Teddy Covers wants to join us for that show. So
cool. Good.
He feels like there's a lot of good chemistry between the 3 of us. So yeah. So the 3 of us will be doing a 1-hour-long college football show every Tuesday. Make sure to check back for that. As well, Brian Leonard, huge shout out to him. He won his play yesterday, his $2 Tuesday play. And today, our featured capper is Hakeem Prophet. He's on a 20-11 run in baseball. And he has a 5-unit play, and we have a special for you. 7 days of his plays for $59. 7 days of his plays for $59. Head over to WagerTalk.com. I wouldn't call that small talk, Dave. I would call that more business.
That's business.
Yeah. Philadelphia, Arizona, Vargas versus Gallen. Gallen traded at the deadline. We never got a chance to speak about it. I was away.
I can give you some thoughts on that deal. Miami's trying to hit a home run on the deal. They swapped Gallen for Jazz Chisholm. I think Gallen is a higher floor, lower ceiling guy. He's probably, a 3, maybe a 4 as a starting pitcher, but he's going to do okay. Jazz Chisholm is a boom or bust. He might be a total stiff who never makes it to the majors. He might also develop into a big star. So, I guess I can tolerate it from the Marlins standpoint. The problem is the fact that it's the Marlins who made the deal probably doesn't bode well for Jazz Chisholm because they don't seem to have a real good clue in the deals they've made. So I think the Diamondbacks might have gotten the best of that deal.
Yeah, and the Diamondbacks won yesterday, Dave, and that was Brian Leonard's play 2.5 games back. With Philadelphia holding on to the last wild card spot. So really quite a series between the 2 of them right now. It's Philadelphia against Arizona tonight. As I said, Arizona won the last game 8-4, grabbed a game, got a game closer to Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is zigzagging right now. Arizona's won 3 of their last 4 games. It's going to be such a beautiful rush to the finish with this wild card. Gallen is minus 135. The line has not moved. The over and under is 9. And before I go to you, Dave, I'll tell you flat out, I really like the over in this game. I think we're going to see a lot of hitting. We've already seen Arizona 8-3-7 and 18 runs in their last 4 games. And Philly can hit the ball too. I like over 9 here, Dave. What do you like?
I haven't played this game, but I'm starting to consider the Phillies. That's a steep price. The high I'm seeing on the board is 145. It looks like the consensus number is more like 137, 139.
Yep.
Vargas isn't going to blow anybody away, but the guy knows how to pitch. And is generally able to keep his team in games. Gallen has been impressive so far, no question about that. But that's a big price. And the Diamondbacks bullpen did get their key guys got used last night, so I don't know what their availability is going to be tonight. At the very least, they'll be pitching with no rest. I think the value here is with the Phillies. If it gets any higher, I'm probably going to jump in and just for value's sake, take the Phillies.
Carmine Bianco just texted me. He needs my order because he's picking up food today. So I'm going to get a turkey club with tomatoes, pickles, lettuce, onions, secret sauce, and mayonnaise. I
just sent him to Memphis for some Gus's fried chicken.
Have you ever had that chicken, dude?
No, but you made me hungry.
I'll tell you, like, I eat fried chicken wherever I go, and it's not even close. Like, that's the best chicken I've ever had in my life by far.
I'd like to have a contest between them, and it's one of the most famous restaurants around, but Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab.
Is that in Vegas?
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
In Washington, D.C. and some other cities. Joe's is an amazing restaurant. But on their lunch menu, they've got fried chicken, and it's as good as I've ever had.
Is it spicy?
No.
Yeah, see, I really like the spiciness of Gus's. It's got enough kick that your mouth feels it, but not enough that you think it's too spicy.
Well, I'm an old guy, and spicy is,
Spicy means toilet.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad, but it means Tums.
New York Yankees, Dave, play them over. What else do you need to know? 63-46 to the over. They went over again yesterday, 9-4 win against Baltimore. I told everybody to take them on the run line. I feel the same today. That's 7 wins in a row, all 7 wins by the run line. Tonight we have Paxton versus Means. A lot of pressure on James Paxton now as the Yanks didn't pick up a pitcher.
He did pitch really well. He pitched really well against the Red Sox over the weekend.
Yeah.
But now he has to go out and do it on the road, and he has not been good on the road this year. Average game score for Paxton on the road is 45. That's below average. 50 is average. 45 is not good. And, the Orioles aren't exactly shy when it comes to swinging the bats.
Yeah, which is why I feel like this total is low. I mean, you got 9.5s and 10s on the board. You got a pitcher who can't pitch on the road, a Yankee team who puts up 9 runs every game, and Baltimore, whose bats are alive right now. I mean, Baltimore alone is 4-6-6-6 in their last 4 games. I think this is the play of the night, frankly, Dave.
I'm not going to get involved in it. Well, I'm curious as to why the total dropped at a couple of sharp stores, and the under's juiced. Somebody likes the under, but I'm not going to get involved.
Yeah, so you can't really take the Yankees at -260.
No, I'm not getting involved in the game.
But I like the Yankees too at -1.5. I mean, 7 in a row covering the run line. No reason to stop playing that.
I'll give you one. It's -165 on the runs line.
That's a very good
steep,
reason.
Okay, that's steep.
Yeah. So Cashner, is there a worse pitcher in baseball?
Trashner. Nice pickup.
Yeah. What a disaster. Kansas City yesterday with a 6-2 win against Boston. Tonight we have Sparkman versus Rodriguez.
Yeah, they're pounding Boston in this game. Even at the big shark price, the Red Sox are getting a lot of money here. It's up in the mid-3s now. And it makes sense. I mean, Sparkman is he's a train wreck. The guy's awful. His average game score on the road is 31 in his starts. His last 3 starts, his game score average is 27. I mean, that is just really bad. And Eduardo Rodriguez is the guy who the Red Sox play their best ball when he's on the mound, 36-10 going back to the start of last season in his last 46 starts. So can't argue with Boston being a monster favorite here.
Yeah, but here's my take on this, Dave. And look, obviously Rodriguez is pitching really well, and team 17-6 to the win with him on the mound. Yeah, and Sparkman is a disaster, and especially in his last 3 games. But look, this is the bottom line. Boston has lost 9 of their last 10 games. I know that Kansas City has lost 8 of their last 10. But man, you want me to lay minus 340 at some books?
No, I'm not saying you should lay it. I'm just saying that
No, I'm not saying you want me to lay it.
They're big favorites.
No, I get that. Not you specifically. But I mean, to me, it's like, take a shot with Kansas City.
Yeah.
Put half a unit down on Kansas City.
I don't agree with that either. I think that's, to me, if you're going to make a bet, you're supposed to feel like you're going to win it.
Okay, fair enough. But Dave, I mean, how many do you bet MMA?
If somebody gives me some good information, I don't follow it.
Well, we got a great guy in MMA.
I know.
Kyle Anthony, my God.
I've won a good deal of money.
Yeah, it's the puncher's chance. I'll bet an underdog in MMA and boxing, thinking I will most likely lose. But if I feel like I could, if I'm getting, plus 300, and I feel like I have a chance to win 1 out of 3 of those bets, I'm gonna take it. Last game on the board: Seattle versus San Diego. Minus 144 to 152 for San Diego. The over and under is 9.5 in this game. San Diego with a win last night, 9-4. The game went over the total. Seattle, yikes, lost 5 in a row. What else is new? I don't know what you're doing here. Lucchesi versus Kikuchi.
Yeah, I mean, I think the price has gone up justifiably from 135 into the mid 140s. I think it's going to get to 150. If Andy Green would just stop sending Lucchesi out there 3rd time through the order. I mean, the guy's got really good numbers. The first 2 times through the order, low 3 ERA. 3rd time through the order, 7.54. I mean, the pattern's pretty clear at this point. And yet, in his last start against the Dodgers, Lucchesi's looking real good through 5 innings. He had a chance to pinch hit for him in the top of the 6th. He doesn't do it. Sends Lucchesi back out there, 3rd time through the order, and guess what happened? He got hit. These managers they baffle me at times as to the moves they made. Even last night, I'll go back to something last night in the Atlanta-Minnesota game, because obviously I was watching the game since I had the first 5 under. So that's a winner, and I'm just watching the game at this point. And the Braves in the 6th inning, they're at bat for about a half an hour. Okay, there were pitching changes. They're scoring runs. And Fulton Evans had pitched 5 beautiful innings. And I'm thinking, well, that's a perfect return for Fulton. 5 shutout innings, threw about 90 pitches. He'll come out of this feeling great. Manager sends it back out there for the 6th inning. He doesn't get anybody out, gives up 3 runs. So his pitching line ends up being ordinary. He got the win. So it didn't cost him the game or anything like that. They were up 11-0. But these guys don't know what they're doing. I mean, read the stats. Use your brain. So my problem with betting San Diego tonight is that, I mean, Lucchesi's probably going to be, if I'm going to look at this game, I'd go first 5, because you can't trust Lucchesi any more than that. And you can't trust Andy Green to get him out of there and let the bullpen close the game. I think the Padres will win. The Mariners are a train wreck. Kikuchi stinks. So I think San Diego's the right side, but I'm kind of priced out of the game, and I don't trust the manager.
Dave, while we're talking, the Mets are up 2-1 against the Marlins. Brother, they are 1.5 out of the playoffs.
Yeah, and they got a real good rotation. And they should pick up Joe Panic, who got DFA'd by the Giants. Not that Panic's a great player, but he's a St. John's kid. So, he'd love to play in New York. Ian Robinson Cano's on the DL. They could use another second baseman. Make a little deal with the Giants. The Giants are going to cut him loose, but you may as well go grab him before somebody else does. I think Panic could be a nice little pickup for them to help them down the stretch.
Look, Dave, 8 games on tap tomorrow. It's moving day. Let's take a look at some future bets tomorrow. I mean, something like, Cincinnati or San Francisco, 4.5 out, 3.5 out.
I don't even know who's pitching yet. I haven't started to look at tomorrow.
No, I'm talking about futures.
No, there's no. I would not recommend a future bet at this point. It doesn't matter who you take, you're getting robbed.
Well, there you go. No futures tomorrow.
No, you're not going to get. I mean, the Astros are basically even money. You had to make your move on the futures before the trade deadline, and if you didn't, well, that's the way it goes. To me, if you're betting futures now, then you may actually have a gambling problem because there's just no point in doing it.
Yeah, I think we all have a gambling problem.
No, I don't. I'm as disciplined as it gets. I always have been. That's why I'm still doing this after 40 years.
Well, listen, me too. I mean, listeners know I don't do parlays. I stay within around a 3 to 5% of my bankroll.
What I'm saying is I'm not an action junkie at all. I don't have to have money on a game to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't look. Baseball is my least favorite sport to watch. Period. End of story. It's one of my favorite sports to bet, but man, it is slow. Anyway, Dave Cokin, you are the best. Tomorrow, it's Dave and either Matt Joseph or Tony Finn. We'll find out tomorrow. Make sure to check back as well. Tomorrow's show, we're going to give out a huge discount on Dave Cokin's college football season, but only for the first 3 purchasers. Anybody in Memphis, mail me some Gus's Fried. I'm the Prez, and I am out.
Okay.